iHeartRadio, Fox Sports Radio, and FS1. 1 hour from now, my Blazing Five. I love it. I think it's my third strongest Blazing Five of the year. We've won 60% this year. It's, my best year ever. 1 hour from now, my Blazing Five. Very excited. 30 minutes from now, Christine Leahy's joining me. She's going to have a breaking story, which is important. I'm not going to even give you the players in this because I want you to keep. It's a very, very intriguing story. It is a story that's worse than initially perceived. Is that fair?
Sure, that's fair. Thank you for hyping me up. I have a lot to live up to now.
Yeah, you certainly do. Get on your journalism. Let me start with this. So, Celtics lost last night. They've now lost 5 of 9. Regressing to the mean. Kyrie's getting his. But let's be honest, it's a young team. A lot of those draft picks. Meanwhile, LeBron and the Cavs won their 12th straight at home. They've won 19 of 21. And Isaiah Thomas, an all-star, 5th in the MVP voting, isn't even there yet. Celtics, young draft picks regressing to the mean. Cavs, older, veterans, deal makers. Really, really, really good. Can I tell you a story? A year ago, actually less than that, my wife and I went to Hawaii. We had a few days off. We left on a Wednesday night, came back on a Sunday night. Wasn't that long. We're about a 4.5-hour flight. So we go, and we're sitting on the beach second or third night, and it's early afternoon. We're watching the sea turtles. It's beautiful, and we look out there, and we see this amazing yacht. And, wow, that thing is really amazing. And then we go to have some dinner, and we asked one of the people, the concierge at the hotel, boy, that yacht's been out there for like 4 or 5 days. Whose yacht is that? And he's like, oh, it's been out there a week. Helicopters landing on it, boats coming off it, celebrities on it. I said, who owns that thing? And he said, one of the world's best poker players. I want you to remember that story. One of the world's best poker players. That's high risk, folks. That big house on the hill, that major building in your town, that's a high-risk guy, all in, cash deal. Let's make things happen. Let's roll the dice. The Boston Celtics are the 401k of the NBA. Prudent. Live below their means. A safe future. The experts love their plan. Oh, the experts love 401ks, don't they? But that yacht, 401k guy, he never has that yacht or that big house on the beach. The Cavs are the world's best poker player. LeBron's cash, all in, let's make deals, let's play, cash is king. Financial advisors, that's very risky. Yeah, poker is, so is tech. So is business. Mark Cuban, read his story. Rupert Murdoch, read his story. LeBron James' story. The Houston Rockets story. The Golden State Warriors story. Risk. I know the Celtics are saving for retirement, but what happens when a tree or Gordon Hayward fall in your house? Can't retire yet. Sort of changes plans. LeBron's got his cash. He's ready to make deals. Prospects, saving, future, draft picks, no thanks. Reportedly, DeAndre Jordan is in their sights, and he's recruiting Paul George. I've been saying this from day one with Boston. Okay, Kyrie Irving's money, I'm not going to deny that, but Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, young kids, Marcus Smart, Porzingis was out there. You want to be in a yacht? I'm not saying 401ks are a bad thing. You have a little money. Go eat out twice, maybe 3 times a week when you're 70. You're not getting that yacht. You're not getting that house on the beach. And you're not winning NBA championships with 401ks. How many years the Sixers going to rebuild? By the way, Philly fans, you're not any good this year either. Lakers are compelling, but they still can't beat the good teams regularly. Phoenix Suns on the 7th year of a rebuild. Sacramento the 9th year. Houston and Cleveland want to win now. All in. CP3. Let's make deals. The 401k, baby, ain't winning titles in the NBA. Jason Tatum's 19. Jaylen Brown's 21. The Cavs, Houston, all in. Guts. Roll the dice. Take risks. LeBron is a deal maker. Daryl Morey of the Rockets are deal makers. Look at the Celtics this morning. Look at them. Regressing to the mean. What is this, the fifth year of the rebuild? Don't get me wrong. They're not going to have a disastrous future. All the experts love what they're doing. Just go to NBA.com. Celtics, Sixers. But in the end, Houston and Cleveland, to me, look like the second and third best teams in this league. And when I was there with my wife looking at those sea turtles, it reminded me, putting your chips all in, that's how you end up out there. And in the NBA, once again, the Cavs, deal maker LeBron, looking reportedly, Paul George, DeAndre Jordan, to make 2 more deals. Those are the guys bringing home the hardware. I saw the story this morning. Christine Leahy in 20 Minutes has a story that is really, really interesting and blowing up. It is funny. I used to cover Jerry Tarkanian, and he would complain to me sometimes, maybe after a cocktail. He could be very, very funny. He'd say, Colin, it's amazing. He said, everybody thinks we're just crazy cheaters. He goes, I've never been busted for paying a player here at UNLV. He goes, you know the story with UCLA and John Wooden, don't you? I said, yeah, I do, Jerry. He says, but John Wooden's got the pyramid of success, the Wizard of Westwood. He's got the brand. Those UCLA guys, they'd never cheat, right? They have that college in Bel Air. But Tark would always say, Vegas, me, we're the cheaters. It used to bother him. It is funny, isn't it, who we brand as a cheater and who we don't? What do you know? The Seattle Seahawks and Pete Carroll have been fined $100,000 for concussion protocol violation. Pete Carroll, loose with the rules, loose with the locker room, loose with regulations. When Pete was at USC, NCAA sanctions. He's had several Adderall busts at Seattle. Extra practices busted. Not revealing injuries, busted. But Pete's fun and happy, loose and talkative. Belichick's grumpy, covert, tight, and disagreeable. And so we look at those Patriots. We apply a suffix. Deflate gate. Spy gate. I guess Adderall gate isn't sexy. Extra practices gate doesn't hit the Pete Carroll in Seattle are likable, not as threatening as New England. You do get that Spygate was filming during games, which is completely legal. They just didn't like how they turned the camera to the other sideline and tried to sequence up play calls. Folks, Spygate ain't even a gate. I'm not even sure it's spying. That was a big fat meh. I'm not saying Belichick doesn't push the envelope, and I'm not saying Tark didn't either. But Seattle stuff, Spygate, Deflategate, those cheaters in New England. Adderall, multiple players, busted. USC, busted. Protocol, busted. Extra practices, busted. It's funny, isn't it? Who we see sometimes as the cheaters and who are the cheaters. Does it work in the media? Does it work in a headline? Spygate feels big. It's filming, legally filming things that are filmed every day. Adderall, extra practices, concussion protocol violations, that's bad stuff. NFL just keeps busting and busting and busting that peak culture. It's loose, it's fun, it's likable, it's media friendly. Yeah, it's a lot of things friendly. It's Adderall friendly. It's extra practices friendly. It's violating concussion protocol friendly. It's hiring a special teams coach at USC when you know it's wrong friendly. Be careful who you brand a